Hello, everyone. I'm Chester44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. Last episode, we went and dealt with Jerabeth at last, killing her in the, whatever it's called. The Ivory Sanctum. Teleported back to Drezen, and just outside of it, we were encountered by Forn Autumn Haze and Kaylessa. Well, Forn tried to kill us, and Kaylessa revealed that she was basically trying to reveal a big conspiracy, and asked us to kill her as well. So we need to make a decision about that, which we will do momentarily. I think we can effectively make that choice now, while we're outside of Drezen. So, a letter about Kaylessa. The elf Kaylessa's last wish was that her friends in Kionin learned of her story. The commander is the only one who can recount its every detail. 50 marksmen will be recruited. Or, the Winter Council wishes to bury the truth about Kaylessa and the fact that she was turned into a drow by the Dark Fate. The commander's servants can ensure that all traces of her stay in Mendev are concealed. Perhaps the clique of powerful elves will be thankful and see the leader of the crusade as a potential ally instead of as an enemy. The Winter Council will be grateful, and we'd get 5 Shadow Dancers. Yeah, 50 marksmen are great in either case. 10 days, yeah. We're gonna let those days pass, definitely. For now, though, into Drezen. Ah. The resonant voice of the majestic angel rings out through the hushed streets of Drezen. You hear his words from afar. They concealed it right under our noses, and without Xanthir's notes, that incarnation of corruption, even I would not have been able to locate the barrier. Surely the Herald of the Inheritor can rid us of the scourge. Irabeth stumbles over her words slightly. Ah, hello. It is impossible, righteous one. I cannot do it alone. But wait, I hear the steps of one who brings hope. I am the Hand of the Inheritor, Herald of Iomade the Lightbringer, and I greet you, Champion of Galarian. The angel in gleaming gold armor drops to one knee. Please arise, such displays are unnecessary. Forgive me if I embarrassed you. I see no shame in paying rightful homage to a heroine such as yourself. Please also allow me to thank you for saving Targona the Silver-Haired. We thought we would never see our sister alive again. What brings Iomede's herald here? Your deeds and exploits, champion. You have brought hope to these accursed lands. Hope that the demon invasion will finally be stopped once and for all. And I am here to aid my goddess's chosen one. What did you discuss with Irabeth? This. The angel gestures toward a symbol on the paving stones. The Ivory Sanctum held a dark secret. Directly beneath Drezen, in the bowels of the earth, there lies one more bastion of the demons, the Midnight Fane. It is the repository of a mighty rift through which the spawn of the Abyss travel to Galarian. The entrance to this place is right in front of us, blocked by a barrier that is accessible only to demons. So this is where Minago fled to, and where all the demons in the city have been coming from. They can pass through the barrier freely, but we can't. And it doesn't just stop us, it injures us too. It is much worse than that. The barrier is imbued with enormous power. An attempt to break through will trigger a magical explosion. I could protect you and the city from it, but even my powers will be insufficient to hold back the chaos and open the way. This is what disturbs me most. We cannot allow the demons to rebuild their armies and plot their next attack right below the sacred heart of the crusade. Xanthir Vang told me about this demonic barrier. I encountered similar barriers in Arilu Vorlesh's laboratory. I have a key that can break through the barrier. All you have to do is protect us from the blast. I am impressed by your many gifts, champion. Together we shall open the passage and protect the city, and then we shall burn the Midnight Fane with the cleansing fire of righteousness. But first we must gather our strength. I shall send word to Queen Galfrey. Her help may be necessary when we reach that dark bastion of the Abyss. The Queen will heed my call and arrive quickly, within a month. You must use this time to prepare to attack the Fane. Ivu desperately tries to draw your attention.
We need to go now. Call the whole court and all the Free Crusaders and just go as soon as they assemble. You can't just sit here waiting for the Queen, good weather, and all the rest of it. By the time you move, the demons will have learned of our plans and will be waiting for us, and will devour half of the world or more.
Ivor was right. I'm sick of the suspense. Isn't it time we did something the demons aren't expecting? Let's not wait for the Queen. We'll attack the Fane as soon as the Free Crusaders are ready. Astonishment rings in the angel's voice. No waiting? No planning? Just gather the Free Crusaders and attack? Yes. Or do you think the demons are going to sit quietly while we summon Galfrey, catch up on our sleep, and polish our armor? Every hour this war drags on, innocents are dying and the enemy is growing in strength, and yet we wait and wait. The demons have ambushed us time and time again. It's time to give them a taste of their own medicine. The angel spreads his wings, brandishing his sword. Yes, now I understand. A special flame burns within you, champion. It has led you to your past triumphs, and it will help us in this endeavor also. We will do it your way. Make haste to conclude any other important affairs, champions. We'll send word to the Free Crusaders and bring the fight to the darkness as soon as they are assembled. Interesting. Wait until the Free Crusaders gather. All that remains is to wait until the Free Crusaders scattered across the world wound gather in Drezen. It will take no more than a week. Okay, so that's the decision. We can either gather the Free Crusaders and in a week attack the place, or we can wait for the Queen and do it in a month. As tempting as it is, there's something I need to do with the Queen. I don't know if I can do it if I wait a week. If I go in with the Free Crusaders. So much as I would like to try this once, because of something I know happens later and something I want to do, give me a moment. Alright. While I could do this with the Azada, I do kind of want the Queen to arrive. Answer a few of my questions before I leave, though. Ask your questions. I will be glad to answer. What do you think of the Sword of Valor? It has changed under the effect of my powers. The Herald raises a hand. Do not fret, champion. The great relic given to the world by my Lady Iomade will continue to serve you just as it has served all people before now. The Sword of Valor has not lost its protective properties, it has merely changed its design. Some might call it blasphemous, but not I, for the power that changed the banner's design was given to you by Iomade herself. It seems that I caused this Sword of Valor to change. Blood from the wound on my chest fell onto the banner and... That means this mysterious wound is a mark of valor given to you by my mistress, setting you apart from all the rest, champion. Are you sure this wound is a gift from Iomade? No, I could be mistaken and unable to perceive the full truth. The inheritor's thoughts are hidden from me, for I am but her hand. I do not test her will with my doubts, nor crave answers to my questions. I simply trust and serve. But I know that if your body had been harmed by malevolent fiends, my goddess would have extended her mercy to you and healed you. Why did the goddess bestow this wound on me? Because this world of yours, champion, is bleeding, and my lady's chosen one carries a crimson mark as a sign of the great suffering borne by mortal kind. The scarlet drops on your breast, they are the blood of all the martyrs and all the innocents. That is how I see it. Can you heal me? Defy my lady's will? It pains me, but I must refuse you, champion. If you are suffering from an affliction, it must be part of the inheritor's design. The pain serves to remind you of the path you must take. I have heard you. Do not allow doubt and fear to enter your heart. My lady will not abandon us. Tell me about yourself and your goddess. I will gladly answer any questions. What's it like being the herald of a deity? It is a great honor and a great responsibility. The herald is not always the strongest among a deity's servants, but the herald is always one who embodies the key principles of their faith. This means that I am bound to uphold the highest ideals of Iomade: righteous valor, justice, and honor. This is a tall order even for an angel, but I cannot falter in my duty even slightly. Therein lies my service to the goddess and the thousands of her faithful followers.
What does a herald usually do?
I serve as the hand and voice of the goddess, carrying out her will and delivering her message. When her radiance has no tasks for me, I am occupied by the same duties as other warriors of heaven. I keep unfailing watch over the goddess's domain. I escort the souls of the faithful to Pharasma's court, and then on to their waiting afterlife. I also watch over the goddess's chosen, and when the opportunity arises, I descend into hell to engage in honest combat with the devils. It allows me to study their tactics.
What is Iomade like?
No doubt you are hoping to hear a tale of her untold divine might, and the awe she elicits in those around her. Yes, this is true of the inheritor, but it is also true that she seemed much closer and understandable to you than to others, such as myself, for example. Iomade was born an ordinary person in the cursed lands of Cheliax, and traveled a long road before she became a righteous queen of heaven. But she has never forgotten who she was before. I am older than my lady goddess, much older, and still I bow down before her foresight and wisdom. We immortals who spend much of our time on the outer planes can sometimes struggle to comprehend the pain, fear, and joy that mortals feel. But not Iomade. She is as human as she is divine.
Why is Heaven's host not aiding the Crusaders? You could have destroyed the world wound long ago.
You cannot imagine how your question fills me with sorrow. My greatest desire since the day the world wound opened was to come here at the head of a light-bringing army and drive out the legions of darkness, to harry them until they were cowering in the farthest corners of the abyss. But alas, we, the first servants of the gods, are greatly restricted in what we can do. The Crusades are the mortals' battle for their own world. If I bring angelic forces here, it will become a war between heaven and the abyss. Waves of power, magic incinerating everything within sight, armies of celestials and demons fighting in every corner of this world. The consequences would be horrific. Remember, everything you have seen up to now has been the work of only 2 demon lords, Daskari and Baphomet. But in the abyss there are dozens of creatures with similar power. They are disunited, and despise one another almost as much as they despise all that is light and righteous. But be sure that they will not miss a chance to sink their teeth into heaven's throat. If all the demon lords marched into Galarian, it would be the stuff of nightmares, and it cannot be allowed to become a reality.
If you can't interfere in the course of the crusade, why are you helping me?
There's permissible interference, and then there's crossing the line. I was permitted to create the wardstones and gift them to the Crusaders, to offer my advice, and from time to time even appear on the battlefield myself to accompany several allies. This does not stray beyond the bounds of the mortals' war. I could have been summoned with equal access by a faithful cleric. But the appearance here of heaven's multitudinous host in full force is another matter entirely. Alas, for now I can only offer you this, my presence and a small troop of my loyal soldiers.
Thank you for your answers.
I am here to illuminate you, champion.
I want to talk to you about angels.
You have my full attention.
So, how are angels made?
Like other supernatural beings, we most often, though not always, are born from the souls of mortals. You must be aware of the grand laws governing the cycle of birth and death. After Pharasma's court, each mortal soul receives their merited afterlife. Hell and the abyss, heaven and Elysium, each soul goes to the plane that called to them in life. But when they arrive at their destination, a different fate awaits each soul. Where evil reigns supreme, souls typically become commodities or prey, and a scant few are reborn as wicked fiends. In the planes of good, souls are destined for peaceful rest, or great deeds in a new guise. Such is the lot of angels. We are born from the souls of noble mortals. One soul or several, it can vary. Sometimes the gods can also create angels out of the essence of their plane, but this essence also contains fragments of good souls.
What is the difference between angels and mortals?
That is a question for sages and philosophers to debate. I am just a simple warrior.
The hand of Inheritor's voice sounds cheerful, but becomes increasingly solemn as he continues.
Although many supernatural beings are born from the souls of mortals, we are not mortals. We are cut from the cloth of the plane from which we originate. We are an idea made flesh. Many things mortals care deeply about mean nothing to us, such as time, for instance, or gender. Only a few of my kind see themselves as male or female. For the majority of angels, these words are meaningless. We can communicate with any creature without learning their language, and we do not freeze in even the most terrible frost. We are different, but we will never look down on mortals because of that, and we will never ever stop praying for you or protecting you.
A dying angel appeared before me in the dungeons beneath Canabras. He had left his flaming sword in the rubble there.
The hand of the Inheritor hangs his head. I can guess who it was. Lariel, my long-lost comrade and friend. He disappeared without a trace back in those dark days when the world wound opened its jaws for a second time and swallowed up new lands. I mourn him as bitterly today as I did back then, but I also rejoice that he was able to call to us, to you, across the expanse of time. We lose old allies and gain new ones, and we will not surrender no matter how great the losses, no matter how deadly the enemy.
Tell me about the angel Targona, the one I rescued from Arilu's laboratory.
Targona, my brave sister-in-arms, has returned to the halls of heaven now. Her imprisonment was a heavy burden for her. The corrupted wing that the witch Arilu rewarded her with is poisoning Targona's days with fear and worry. But she is being cared for by the finest healers in heaven. I have faith and hope that we will be able to help her.
In Canabras, I touched the wardstone and I saw the angels trapped inside.
It was a heavy decision for all of us. My mistress sent out a call to take a stand against the demons, and many angels of heaven answered it. We chose the noblest and bravest from among those who volunteered to sacrifice their freedom for the sake of Galarian, and we locked their souls inside the wardstones. They were fated to stand guard there, inside the cold depths of stone, pitting their unbending will against creeping demonic corruption. But alas, the goddess and I failed to account for the weakness that lurks even in the best of us. Time has not been kind to my brothers and sisters. Despair has taken root in their souls, forcing them to act against their goddess and their calling. Thank you for finding a way to preserve the wardstone, despite the fact that many of my brothers and sisters inside abandoned their vigil. I do not condemn them. I do not know if I could have withstood the demonic corruption if I had been in their place.
The herald shakes his head despondently. Thank you, I found out everything I wanted to know.
It has been a pleasure speaking with you, champion.
Can you tell me anything about my power?
I'm afraid not. Even I am not privy to all the workings of my radiant mistress. I believe that she has chosen you, and I know that she watches over her chosen ones most attentively. She does not lead mortals by the hand, but allows them to prove themselves, to prove that they are worthy of her divine mercy. I am amazed by the form the divine gift has taken within you, but I am often surprised by mortals. What matters most is that you are leading the Crusaders to victory and ridding Galarian of the world wound once and for all. While Iomade was still mortal, she underwent the test of the Starstone and gained her godhood. It may well be that you are experiencing a similar trial, at the end of which you will gain true righteousness and power.
I have to go. Farewell.
May Iomade's light be with you.
I'm sure it will. Alright. I have, just a couple minutes, but I do want to put... Let's see. Scrolls. Plague Storm can be learned. Constricting Coils can be learned. Greater Dispel Magic can be learned. That's good. And you, do you have any spells you can learn? You can learn Phantasmal Web. You can learn Circle of Death. That appears to be all. Okay. And with that, I am going to end this episode here. Next episode, we have to deal with the various equipment and such that we've been given.
upgrade any party members we have. Hand in 1 or 2 things. I do want to speak to the kobold over here. We do need... I think we have something to hand to the storyteller. We've got a bunch of things to do. But that'll be in the next episode. So, until then, I am Tristan44, also known as Palai. That is me. This has been a Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. And I shall see you all next time.